Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another AI video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a program called NoteGPT. You can see I have it pulled up right here on my screen. This is their homepage. Now, I've been playing with this software for a few days, and it's blowing my mind in certain ways. It's also got a little bit of downfalls, but not too many. It's like any other AI software. They're always updating it, always improving it. But I found some use cases for myself that are really handy. So let's jump in. I'll show you guys how I'm using the software, and then you can decide if it's right for you. If you do want to try it out, make sure you go down in the link in the description. I believe you'll get a little bit of a better price if you use that. And full disclaimer, if you use that link, I get paid a little bit, so you're supporting the channel. Also, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification. That way, when I put out videos like this, you'll see that. But let's get straight into this site and this software. So again, it's called NoteGPT.io. So make sure you click that link and go check it out. Whenever you open it, you'll get this little home screen. And of course, you're going to get just some generic different tasks that you can do, like AI transcriber, AI summarizer, and it kind of goes on and on. But today, what I really want to show you, and the way I'm going to be using this software, is if you go to YouTube tab, there's YouTube Summarizer, Transcript, Subtitle, and some more tools. But the Summarizer is really what I want to look at today. As you can see, I've already summarized some videos. But I make a lot of videos like this, where it's like talking head videos, just me talking. And then I also watch a lot of videos like this Bob Proctor video here, for example. I'm a big fan of Bob Proctor, not because we have the same last name. I just like the guy. I like, the things he talks about. I try to live my life in a way that, he kind of talks about doing business and things like that. But sometimes I don't want to listen to the entire lecture. So what this does is it lets me summarize what he talked about, and you can see it actually timestamps it here. But it goes further than that. You can do a couple different things. So if you come to mind map, this is really cool. Let's see if I can amplify this a little bit, or magnify rather. But you can see it creates a mind map, which can be really handy depending on what you're trying to use this for. But it basically, builds a tree of all the different topics he talks about, how they all connect. I really like this part. I haven't found a use case for it other than just looking at it, but looking at it is really fun. Of course, you get the summary. Here's the transcript on your left of the video. But if I come to AI chat, now this is a whole nother can of worms here. That's really cool, because essentially it's learned from the video, and now I can use it as a database, if you will, to ask questions. So I'll ask, what does Bob Proctor say the secret to success is? Okay, I type that in. We're going to let it generate. All right, it took about 5 seconds, but Bob Proctor reveals the secret to success lies fundamentally in understanding and using the power of the mind, persistence, and clear goal setting. And, it goes on and gives you, different things. But this is really handy. And I could see myself, or if you're someone who's just into education, but you don't want to have to sit through 10 hours worth of seminars and videos and things, and you're just looking for the cliff notes, this is going to be a really good tool for you. And if you're a student, I don't really know what the rules are for students in terms of like how much AI you can use. But when it comes to just finding source material or finding sources within the material, this might be a good way to go. So that is how you would transcribe something, and we'll go back and we'll just do it real quick. A use case, an actual professional use case, though, for me is going to be, I'm going to come to one of my older one of my videos I've made recently. So this one right here, where it says Rode Pod Mic Review, the only mic you'll ever need. And these are just videos of me talking. As you can see, you can't hear the audio, but that's me talking. I'm going to copy that and paste that over here in the YouTube video summarizer. Okay, and I'm going to generate summary. So while this is working, guys, and it doesn't take long at all, see, it's already done with the transcript. It takes a little longer on the summary, but it's really, I found it's putting together a nice formatted summary rather than just, the transcripts on my left. It could easily do that, but it's condensing down all of the thoughts on the right. Now, what I could do with this summary is I could actually just copy or paste or download this and use it as a blog post, use it for my YouTube descriptions on YouTube, use it for new ideas that I can make as spin-off content from this. But something that I found pretty interesting, and because I'm a podcaster, I mean, I do live podcasts where I'm sitting and talking, but I've always wondered, like, how can I make a podcast that's about gear and about, AI filmmaking? Because my podcast is more about life. And what I found was pretty cool. So if we come over to, there's the fourth tab down is AI voices and AI podcast generator. If you click that, you can copy that transcript or that summary and put it into here and turn it into
Let me ask you
this.
Something. Have you ever considered offering headshots as a core part of your creative business? For many solo creators and one-person companies, headshots can be a surprisingly lucrative and reliable service.
Okay, so that's me. And I've taken the transcript, or not the transcript, but the summary that I got from NoteGPT, and then I put it here into the podcast generator. But what's even cooler, and I probably wouldn't be using this if this was not the case, I can build my own voice. So you can go to clone voices here, but then there's also instant voice clone a voice with 100% accuracy in 3 seconds. So what I did was I took the audio, and I could have just spoken into it. There's a lot of options when you're making a voice, but I took the audio from one of my videos, and it's, some of them are 40 minutes long, but it only needed like 3 to 5 minutes worth. I took that audio and I plugged it into the software, and it literally, guys, created my voice to a T.
Have you ever considered offering headshots as a core part of your creative business?
And what's really cool about this is it's multi-purposing my content. Of course, I made the review to the camera in person, and that was all great. But what I would love to do, because I have this on my channel, if I go back to my channel and I go to podcast, and this is how I'm going to use this, by the way. This is not something I want to do. I have the Brood Awakening podcast, which is our video podcast we do every week. We actually sit in the studio and talk. But then I have this Epic Creative podcast, which we haven't posted to in a while. But I would love to take those same audio clips that I made in NoteGPT, turn them into some kind of screen, not a video, but some kind of screen where it's me and it shows the mic. And basically I can repurpose I can repurpose the videos I've already made. And instead of doing a podcast separately about it, I can just make the podcast and put it on here directly. I also have a Buzzsprout account, so I could actually put it on Spotify, iTunes, and all that good stuff. But I think for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my archived videos here. I will pick videos I think would make good podcast topics, like 7 things brides and grooms must know before hiring a videographer. I mean, that's a really good topic. It's 20 minutes long, and I can create I can compress it into a 10-minute long podcast. And with the power of NoteGPT, .io, I can create my own voice.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever considered offering headshots as a core part of your career
and make a whole series of podcasts based on the content that I've already made? I don't have to make it twice. Now, what I really liked about my own voice being on here, I was worried it was going to sound robotic. It was going to sound a little too much. It's going to have too much of an AI feel to it. But what I found was it found parts where I messed up. It found parts where I kind of chuckle or laugh or do my little, I use the wrong words a lot of the time. And it actually implemented that into the podcast. I was very surprised. There were moments where I would pause and kind of like do my little and then keep going. So even though to me, I could hear it and know it's not real, content is king, information is king. And if I say the one about, what brides and grooms should think about before they hire a videographer, I sent that to a bride and said, hey, this is a little podcast I did. It's 10 minutes long. It talks to you about, how you should pick your videographer. I think people would listen to it and get great value from it. So I'm actually going to start using NoteGPT.ai to do this process. And this is kind of the, I went through the site and I always kind of gravitate towards how can I use this in real life? Because I could go through and just do a bunch of, and there's nothing against content creators that are doing this, but I could just make a bunch of junk to show you how the thing works. That's totally fine. I am more interested in actually figuring out how I can use it in my life and in my business, and then showing you how I'm doing that. And that's how you should treat AI too. You've got to get creative. How can you use this tool, or can you use this tool for your purposes? And if you want to give this thing a try, make sure you go down in the link, in the description rather, to get the link and get a little bit of a discount, and you will be supporting the channel. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss videos like this. But going back to the AI podcast generator, if I click person, or people rather, I can pick how many people are in the podcast. That's pretty cool. So if I click 2 people, now I can do 2 voices. If I click 4 people, 4 voices. And what's even more interesting is I could take audio from me, John, and Savannah's podcast, The Brood Awakening, and I could clone their voices, and we could make maybe a sub podcast that's like outtakes or, something. I'm just giving you guys an example. I don't think that we would do that because our podcast is like an in-person type of thing. But you can upload text. Like I said, you can upload a file. So that could be a PDF or a doc file, book file, audio file, article link. That's pretty cool. If you're a writer, this is really good for you writers out there. Let's say you're a writer, you don't have a mic, you don't have a camera, but you're like, man, I think I can make a podcast because I have the content. You could actually clone your voice with your iPhone, or maybe you borrow a mic from somebody just to get some better audio. Clone your voice, upload your articles, bam, now you have a podcast. I mean, this is great for writers. And of course, you can upload YouTube links right here if you want to go straight from YouTube over to podcast mode. So that's really cool. We'll explore a few of the other options before I hop off of here, guys. Those were kind of the 2 that I'm going to find myself using, I thought would be really good. Again, this is AI voice cloning. You can upload 10 seconds to 5 minutes worth of audio. I found when I was doing that, if you're like a video editor like me, I just went in and got the biggest file I could that was under 20 megabytes because I wanted it to have the most data to work with, and it did really good. Of course, I could click here and just record my voice for a minute. Of course, you'd want a script or something to actually have some content. But if we keep going, there's Voice Designer too. I thought that was really cool. I haven't really dove into that, but you could actually sit here and fine tune your voice. Think of it like a Suno for voiceovers or voice creation. So you could actually fine tune how you want that voice to be. So I actually have a documentary project coming up for a city here in my state, and it's going to be a lot of like History Channel style voiceover. I think we might be using this for that because rather than trying to find somebody locally that, there's not a lot of voiceover talent here, but rather than trying to find somebody, maybe I can just model what I'm actually looking for. And then I have my voiceover artist here at my fingertips all the time, and I can just do that. They do have some other things that aren't, vocal related, I guess you'd say. There's AI image generation. So they've got a lot of different tools for that, which I'm doing that all the time. Again, this is going to be something I'm going to be using because they have Nano Banana Pro. It is a credit-based system like all the other ones, so you'll just have to go through, the packages and see what's going to work best for you. They have upscalers. Let's see. Let's go. They have an AI chat, which is going to be like your standard ChatGPT model, right? So you can click the different models here. And this is cool because of course I use ChatGPT for almost everything, but there are some use cases where DeepSeek would be good, where Gemini would be a little bit better. And then if you go to premium models, they have Claude and things like that. So yeah, the more I look at this thing, it's really, really nice. They have AI Humanizer. You can pull in your content that maybe you did write with ChatGPT or you did write with some AI, software that you want to give a little more human feel. You can write a paper, write an essay. Again, guys, if you're not a big writer, but you have all the thoughts in your head, you could come in here and type in all the stuff you want to write about. Maybe your grammar's not great. That's okay because it can write your stuff here. Then you can take that and turn it into a podcast. I mean, the possibilities are a little bit endless. They have a PDF section where you can do a lot of things with different PDFs. If you're more of a business person, maybe you're a manager in a company and you could use something to help you with your PDF work. They've got that. This is what I'm really interested in. I have not tried, but because I do a lot of these talking head videos on YouTube, I would love to try this Nano Banana Pro slides where I could actually make you guys, let's just look at this example. I can make you guys slideshows like this. As I'm talking, the information is actually getting put in there. The problem with that is I do these on the fly, just talking to the camera. I kind of need this beforehand. So maybe, I don't know how I could do that, but I think I could figure it out. Actually, I know I could figure it out. Presentation maker, slide generator, keynote generator. I mean, guys, this thing is crazy. Now, here's a section that I'm very, very interested for my children, which is AI study. And I've actually already used it a little bit, and I think we'll be using it a lot. I'm the stay-at-home dad kind of in the family because my wife also works and I do like the YouTube stuff. So I am the one a lot of times, not all the time, helping with homework after school. And let's face it, guys, that was a long time ago when I was doing 6th grade algebra. So they have a lot of cool things like AI math video. You can upload your problem, your worksheet, and it'll actually come up with a video to show you how to do it. That's really cool. I did it to where I actually uploaded a picture of a worksheet and then I had it explain, and I put the grade level. I said, explain this on a 2nd grade level, how you would do this task. So that's big. My 6-year-old's always doing spelling words, so they have a flashcard maker. I think we'll be using that pretty soon. AI quiz generator. You could always upload a PDF of a book that they're supposed to be reading and testing on, and you could make a quiz. And worksheets. I mean, the list goes on and on, guys. And then if you go to My Notes at the bottom, it just kind of shows what you've done in here. But again, I think I'll have more content coming to you guys on NoteGPT because I'm definitely not done with this software. This is just kind of the initial video, the initial test, and the initial thoughts. And for me, for somebody who works with copy a lot, with words, with information, this is going to be a game changer for me. It's not the most flashy AI software, but it doesn't need to be. And I think that's actually what makes this one special. And I'm very excited to keep using it going forward. Like I said, I've already found a professional workflow to get more content out of my content, which is taking my old review videos and turning them into podcasts. So I think that's going to be really cool. I'm going to be sharing some of that coming up. Again, please, guys, please, it would mean so much to me if you would like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit the bell icon so you get notifications and you don't miss it. We have a whole playlist on AI education if you want to go check that out. If you do want to try NoteGPT, I would encourage it. I think there are some free trials out there, but if you use the link down in the description, you'll be supporting the channel, and I would greatly appreciate that. But they have stuff you can do monthly, educational, save together. I'm not sure what that is. You can give the gift of AI. So there is a lot of different options. So make sure you click the link below, check them out, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.